watching One Gotti Talking Sports.
YouTube, what's going on? It's One Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video I'm coming on here to talk about how Washington might have a steal in the undrafted rookie that they signed. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified and upload a video about the NFL, in this case our Washington football team. Let's get straight into today's video. So after the draft was over, the Washington football team decided to sign an undrafted rookie by the name of Jared Patterson, running back out of Buffalo. And a lot of people may know who that is, especially if you are from the DMV area. He is very close with Chase Young, and he is from Maryland, like I said, PG County to be exact. And honestly, this is just another guy added to the tree as far as DMV guys. You know, we have a ton of people, whether you're from Maryland, Virginia, or even Washington, D.C. We have a ton of people on this team that are homegrown, man, and home talent. And even though he said it, even though he was undrafted, he basically said this was what he wanted to end up being. So it's crazy how everything falls in a circle, or you know the saying of everything comes for a circle, everything happens for a reason rather. It's crazy that this happened for a guy like him, because like I said, he went to St. Vincent Pallotti in high school. He's from the DMV area, Maryland to be exact, and he's very close friends with Chase Young. And he said that you can even, you know, thank Chase Young or even vouch for Chase Young to say that he's the reason why he's here, because Chase Young gave a word to Ron Rivera. That should be, you know, that should tell you that how much, not really control, or how much say they take into Chase Young, and he's only in his second year. But nevertheless, this is about Jared Patterson and about how I feel like Washington actually have a steal in running back Jared Patterson out of Buffalo. Now, this guy, you may know him for his famous game of having 8 touchdowns, 400 yards versus Kent State. It was all over ESPN. I didn't even know who this guy was until I seen it on the internet, and I was like, whoa, 8 touchdowns, 400 yards. And yet again, let's just put it out there, yes, obviously it's not against, you know, power schools, Ohio State, in the SEC, Alabama, LSU, stuff like that, in the ACC. It's no team like that. He's running away from Kent State, Bowling Green, stuff like that, but it's still something that should make you be like, this guy has some NFL talent. Now, looking at his stuff here, he's 5'6", 195, so he's very small in height. But his weight, 195, he is big. 5'6", 195. Imagine coming through that hole. He might run somebody over. Don't be surprised. Just because he's small in height, don't be surprised if he runs somebody over. Like, again, he is 5'6", 195 of all muscle. This dude is 5 pounds shy of 200 pounds and is only 5'6". So people might try to mistake him for his height, for him being small. They're going to probably try to take advantage of him. But then when he runs through that hole, he runs like a power back, man. He is, like I said, shy of 200 pounds, just 5 pounds from that. And honestly, with this guy, the way he runs, I feel like he can make this team. I know it's not a guarantee. I'm just glad we're giving him a shot, but I feel like he can fit on this team. And if you hear the coaches talking about him and the reason why they signed him, they've talked to him in a high way, in a highly manner, and it seems like he's going to make this team. And honestly, it said that, came out, and we obviously already knew this, but it came out and said that Peyton Barber is not likely to make this roster, and he's not a lock to make this roster. And this could very well be the new Peyton Barber, but obviously with a more role in the offense, because you remember Peyton Barber was really our short yardage guy, and you know, obviously his role, you know, increased once Antonio Gibson went down with the turf toe. This could be the Peyton Barber, a younger version, a faster version, and obviously a more stronger version of that guy, but with a more complex role. If he does in fact make the roster, I see them using him more than just a Peyton Barber kind of guy, but that's going to be probably his main role, to pick up the 3rd and 2s, the 3rd and 1s, the 2nd and 3s, and stuff like that. And on some plays, obviously when Antonio Gibson isn't in the game. Now, talking about Jared Patterson and his career in Buffalo. The guy was a stat sheet stuffer. Had about 7 games where he had over 170 rushing yards, and that's crazy to think about. And he only played 33 games, like I said. And obviously, we know, once again, I'll continue to say throughout the video, he is not running away from guys that are really, scouted highly in the NFL. These are lower schools, like a Bowling Green, like I said, for an example. But it's still something that should be put on notice about Jared Patterson. Now, looking at his younger youth years, he was really not highly scouted. In fact, he, coming out of high school, he had no Division I offers. Buffalo was the only one to give him a shot, and boy, did he take advantage of his time in Buffalo. Like I said, more than half of his games, he had over 100 yards, and he played in 33 games, which is pretty much really good for the 3 years that he was there. But to think that in half of those games, he almost put over 100 yards, bro, that's crazy, man. And it's really exciting to see that we finally have another guy, or we're adding another guy to the roster that is going to be a dog, that's going to come in here and fight, that's going to be humble, that's going to fit this culture. And to even continue to talk about his stats in a way, this guy had 3 games where he rushed over 200 yards in his collegiate career, and it's just crazy to think how this guy did not get drafted. Maybe his size at the running back position is the reason why he didn't get drafted, but then again, on the other hand, like I said, dude is 195, almost 200 pounds, so it had to be just because of his height the reason why he couldn't get drafted in either 7th round. I'm surprised this guy didn't even go in the 6th or maybe even 5th round as some people board, but I'm glad he fell all the way to not being drafted. Obviously not for his sake, but for us, for him to obviously get the chance to be on our roster. I'm excited because I'm surprised that a lot of teams passed up on this guy. Even on the undrafted window, no teams were looking to really sign him but us. Like I said, I'm glad we were the team to eventually bring him in, and I'm excited to see what he can do as a Washington football team member. Like I said, man, and not to go on a tangent here, but I'm just glad we're getting another guy that's going to be like a Chase Young, a Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Cameron McCurr, who is going to be humble, come in here and work, and then also lead the team in a way, man, and just have that dog in you. And especially with him, he's been getting doubted his whole career, man. Going back to high school, like I say, he had no Division I offers. No one really wanted him, and that's because of his size. He was always small throughout his whole life, so he had that chip on his shoulder, and this not getting drafted is going to only add more chip on his shoulder to prove people wrong. And I'm excited to see what he can do, man, and it's going to be very fun to watch. And like I said, not to go on a tangent here, but it's just I'm just happy as a Washington football team fan. As you guys may know, I'm pretty sure you do know, as I'm pretty sure a majority of the people that watch me are very much older than me. You guys know what I'm about to say here. This team has been in a black hole for 30 plus years. All of my life as a Washington football team fan, we've been terrible, or we've been inconsistent with our success. It's just been bad, man. And to see that this team is finally starting to turn the corner, as from a coaching standpoint, from an organization standpoint, and from the players, like I said, from an organization standpoint as a whole, I'm just excited, man. And I can't be more ready for this 2021 season. And Jared Patterson is going to only add to that excitement. Not only is because we're from the same area, but the guy just has the character that you want on your team, and he's a guy that you will want to be like, or model yourself like after him in life, because he, like I said, a guy that's been slept on his whole career, a guy that's never been looked to be picked first, and that's obvious because look at the draft, look at the college he went to. Not saying Buffalo is a terrible college, but he just wasn't looked upon to be that guy, and to fit, and the fact that he made it to the NFL should give a lot of you young people out there that are chasing dreams in sports and football, that are young, or that are small rather. You should look at Jared Patterson, the Tariq Cohens of the world, that to give you some sort of motivation, because if they can do it, you can do it. So with that being said, man, I just want to come on here quickly, a more deeper dive into Jared Patterson's career, and college career will be coming out later. I just wanted to put up this quick video to say that Washington might have a steal, and I'm excited to see what he can do here in DC. along with Antonio Gibson, along with J.D. McKissick. It should be fun. But first, he has to make the roster. So with that being said, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to the Washington football team. Let me know how you guys felt with the video down below. Jared Patterson, is he a still of the undrafted class or whatever you want to say? Let me know how you feel about this video down below. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped. Get you popped.